Hi, and welcome to YMCA Camp Humingo. Hey, if you're watching this, it's because you have been asked and you've accepted, or you've been coerced, or you've made the decision to, or you're part of the board, or whatever your reason is to help us to raise money for our annual campaign. What we wanted to do, just because we know that you're all very busy and that you're all spread across Louisville and even the state and even the country, is to put together a real quick video of a training about the annual campaign. See, this annual campaign means so much to us, and there's so much that we can do with it, as you know, and every dollar that we raise goes to being able to send kids to camp for this summer, and you're a huge part of that. In fact, you're the reason that this is happening, is that, I take it back, you're the reason that we're able to send kids to camp is because you're able to do this, and so we're so appreciative of you being able to do this. And so we wanted to give you as many tools and resources as we could to make this a simple process for you and an enjoyable process, as the work that you're doing is so exciting and so fun that you're able to do this, and to think about every dollar that you raise goes to sending a kid to camp. And that's really a really cool thing and a really neat thing that we can do. And so there's a few resources that we're going to put together. One is this video where I'm going to talk through just some things that you can do and talk through about what the campaign is all about. Two is I'm going to send you a copy of a slideshow that basically goes over the same talk, so you have that resource. There's a campaigner handbook that you will get, as well as we put another video together that you can send out. It's me basically telling people about the annual campaign and doing kind of a pseudo ask, I guess you could call it, but it's really pretty quick and simple, and just everything that we can do to try to make this, like I said, a fun process for you. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's who we are. So the mission of the YMCA is to put Christian principles into practice through programs to build a healthy spirit, mind, and body for all. We really think that Camp Humingo embodies that, in that we are able to put those principles into practice and show those through all our great staff and through all of our programs. And the programs that we have here, I don't know of many other programs in the Y that are able to take the spirit, mind, and body, the part of someone, and really form that triangle and put that into kids and put that into people's lives. And it's really this great opportunity that we have. And especially when you talk about two of my favorite words of the mission, which is for all, is that we accept all races, creeds, beliefs, everything. They're all welcome here, and we love them, and we love those kids as our own. And it's this great opportunity for camp. And so that's really the mission of the YMCA. And so who we are. We are a charity organization. The YMCA is a charity that's dedicated to youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. And we've been around for 160 years, and we're proud to help our neighbors grow and to thrive, and to work with our neighbors to help them meet those three goals. And there's really a lot to that. And so the Y, and especially camp, we're more than a place. We're more than just brick and mortar. We're more than a swim and gym. We're all those things. And so when we talk about who we are and what we are, we talk about for youth development, which means nurturing the potential of every child. And really, what program or what place or what institution does that better than camp? Is we take every child and we love them, and we want them to find what's good for them and help them to grow. And so we really get that opportunity to help nurture their potential and find out who they are. And many of you have felt that, and many of you have felt success in your life because of the lessons and the life things and the opportunities for growth that you've had here at camp. And so we're also about health and healthy living. And healthy living is one of those things that can be kind of funny when you hear that, because we aren't a swim and gym, and we are very different than any other YMCA facility. Is that we don't have treadmills, we don't have well, we do have a swimming pool, but we don't have a lap swim pool. We don't have those types of things, but we still are for healthy living. And when we talk about it, we talk about healthy living in the sense of that spirit, mind, and body element. That we do have physically active kids, and that we are running around, and as you know, kids are working up a sweat and they're having all kinds of fun and they're doing all these great things. But really, we're also about that mind element, where we're allowing kids to reach these new accomplishments, and they're allowing them to give them this sense of place and this well-being, and that can be a real spiritual thing. And we do a lot of spiritual things through just God, or through kids being able to find God in their own way here, through our Native American heritage that we have here, and kids are able to do this great things and really grow. And so we really are about the healthy living. And then lastly, we're about the social responsibility, which is giving back and providing support to our neighbors. And so we do offer kids the ability to come here and give back, especially as they move through the ranks and kind of become that staff, or from the CIT perspective. We also have a number of volunteer groups, and really we're about that character development. And what can help us is social responsibility is by giving kids caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility, and making that not just a head knowledge where they can talk about those things, but really making it a heart knowledge where kids are different from when they first came to camp, and they live those values out from their heart. And it's a great opportunity that we have. And I love when we get the phone call of parents calling and say, you know, what'd you do to my kid? They look the same, but they're different. They're helping their brother and sister, and they're clearing the table after dinner, and they're saying please and thank you, and they're just better people. And that's really what we're looking to do, and to help society, if you will, and help our community by building in those values into every single camper. And so what is this annual campaign that we talk about? What it is, it's a community annual fundraising event that supports everyone coming to camp. And it involves all the YMCA branches, and we have over 700 volunteers that campaign for us across the whole association, across the area. And so our goal as an entire association is $1.5 million. And that is to be raised between the dates of February 11th and March 28th. And so we have about 6 weeks to be able to do that. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Our particular campaign is set up in a structure where we have a campaign chair, and then we have 4 campaign team leaders, and then there's campaigners under each one of those teams. Each team is also given a staff that acts as their liaison, and those staff are going to be either Katie Eubank, who is our new equestrian and groups and retreats director, or Bridget Gaffney. They'll be in contact with you and talk to you about more of things with the campaign in the future. Our goal for the campaign this year is $38,000, which last year our goal was $36,000, and we raised $38,000. Actually, just a little over $38,000, which was really good for us. And we actually hit our goal before summer, which hasn't happened in a number of years. This year, my goal is to certainly hit it within the campaign goal by that March 28th date. I would love nothing more than be able to hit our goal within 2 weeks. Now, it sounds like a lofty goal, but how awesome would that be to be able to do that? And that will take a lot of work on your part, I'm not going to lie. And I'll also be honest that our staff and these team leaders, these team captains, are going to be kind of pesky. Don't get upset with them. We're not trying to be greedy. We're not trying to do or bother you or harass you or anything like that. Our main goal is to try to reach our goal. Our goal is to reach this goal of $38,000, put it behind us, and then be able to focus on summer camp again. And so please don't get upset if anybody's calling you and talking to you about how you're doing, anything we can do to help, because you're going to get a lot of phone calls, you're going to get a lot of emails. It's going to be okay. Just understand that we are really driven to reach this goal, as this helps us to send kids to camp. Also keep in mind that our goal may be $38,000, and last year we may have raised $38,000, but we gave away $47,000 in scholarships. Now, that money is made up somewhere, and we'll continue to do that. But every dollar that we raise, and especially if we can go over to $38,000, goes to help camp's bottom line, and it goes to help send more kids to camp. We will never turn anybody away from a camp session based on an inability to pay. It's something that I believe in very strongly, and it's something that I will always hold to. I will find a way to get a child to camp. I believe in it, and all of our staff here believe in it, and we'll continue to do that. But what we do have to do is be able to support our bottom line, and this really helps us to go to do that. And it helps to send those kids and give them a great experience here at camp. So $38,000 is our goal. Any dollar that you raise for the annual campaign goes directly to that campaign. It doesn't go towards program supplies, it doesn't go towards salaries, it doesn't go towards anything along those lines. It goes right to those campers being able to come to camp. So, what are a campaigner's responsibilities? Pretty simple. One, we ask that you make your own personal gift. When people say that personal gift, we say that's something that's significant to you. I'm not going to put any kind of dollar amount on what you have to give as a campaigner. I don't believe in that. I believe that you have to give something that is significant to you and to your heart. Also, when you are able to give, that gives you a resource when you're asking other people the money, because it's awful difficult to ask for someone else to give to a gift that you haven't yet given to. And so we ask that you give a gift. Um, Need to identify the prospects that you have and having a planned approach to reach those prospects. And those prospects can come from a couple different places. Friends, families, people that you know through Camp Piamingo, any of those things. Or I can provide you with some of those prospects as well, as we have a whole database of alumni, which is one of our best areas that we can go to get those gifts, as well as we have camper families and parents that might be able to give as well. So tell others about the why, tell others about Camp Piamingo, and help secure those donations, and then track the results and report them to me, basically, and I'll continue to track those results as we do those things. So what do you do first? So identify your possible donor prospects. Again, this goes back to who are your family and friends that you know that you believe either would have an interest to or may have the means to be able to give to camp. Now, any gift is significant to us, whether it be $10, $100, $1,000. It's all a great gift. And so there's no specific number that we're looking for. Certainly the higher the better. I'm not going to run from that, hide from that, but understand that any gift that we get is significant to us. And so who are your Piamingo friends? Many of you are alumni of camp, so who are the alumni of people that you went to camp with or served on staff with and that you can go to and ask? And so who are the lists of your previous donors? Who, if you're a return campaigner, who have you secured donations from in the past? So feel free to ask those people for those donations. And then as well as who are the people that we recommend to you to give a call. We know there's a lot of alumni out there that haven't been involved with camp for a number of years, but probably do have a passion and who do have the means to be able to support a camper, but we've just never simply asked them, and that's shame on us for that. But we're working to correct those problems. So familiarize yourself with the campaign. That's what we're doing now. So all the things that we give to you, just review those things, take a look at those things, and that'll help you to familiarize yourself with what the ask and everything looks like. Sorry, I'm reading as we're going here to make sure. So review your donor's pledge form. This is a pledge form, and so these will be included in your email of information. So it's pretty simple to fill out. Basically, it's all the contact information. Please make sure that we have the right contact information. If you have a donor that's given before, please confirm their address. Just simply write all that stuff in. And then down here is their pledge amount and how they'd like to pay for it. They can pay check, cash, credit card, doesn't really matter. They can give you the money right on the spot. Please turn that in. And you can send that to us. They can do a bank draft or they can do a credit card and just take all that information down. This really walks you through quite easily, and people have a number of different opportunities of ways that they can pay. They can be billed, they can be paid off monthly, quarterly, however they want to do it, whatever works best for them and what is easiest for them to be able to do. Once you have this and once it's filled out, you can either just email me the information. You can scan this and email it to me, or just give me a call or give us here at Camp a call and walk us through the form of the people that you have, and we can take it and enter it into the system. Lastly, there's another way that they can do that is you will also be given a link to a site that they can go to directly and donate just right off the site, or they can go to our website where there's a Donate Now tab and simply click that, and that walks you through the system, and it's really simple and easy. The links that we give you have and are attached to your name, and so we can give you credit, if you will, for acquiring that donation. And so as we move on in years forward, we have a list of who you've been able to contact, and we can make sure that you get those donors again as we move forward. So how do you begin the conversation? It's pretty simple. Most of you and most of the people that you're going to talk to know that you're involved with camp. And so if you're like any camp person, you've talked about camp before. So it's really bringing up the subject of camp, of bringing out your love of camp and asking them if they have a camp story. Most people have gone to camp as a kid, whether it be Piamingo or others, and they love and hold on to those camp stories. And so ask them about their camp story. Asking about any of their YMCA activities and understand and help them to understand that we also here in YMCA of Greater Louisville has a camp as well. A lot of people may not even know that, and it becomes a marketing opportunity for us as well so that you can talk about camp. And then listen. If you ask someone about their camp story, just sit back and listen. It's one of my favorite things to do, as I've asked many of you, what's your camp story? And to sit back and listen. Some of them make you smile, some of them make you laugh out loud, some of them make you cry because they're so impactful and what they've done for you in your lives. And listen to their stories as well. And then tell them how Camp Flamingo and the YMCA as a whole is for everyone. And again, no one is ever turned away for their inability to pay. And so we need their help in sending these kids to camp. And so certainly make sure that you personalize that. Whenever you're doing Ask, the more personal you can get. There's a few ways, again, that you can contact people. In order from most effective to kind of least effective. Most effective is a face-to-face conversation. If you're talking about your passion and they can see it on your face and they can see all these things, it's pretty hard to turn you down. Then try a phone call. Phone calls, certainly they can hear it in your voice, they can see it. Emails work okay. If they know you and they know it's coming, it's not as big a deal. Or letters. But any kind of contact that you can have with them, that makes it as easy as possible that you can get those donations. And so ask for the gift in terms of the benefit that the gifts provide. You know, for example, you know what, you mentioned that your kids went to camp, or you mentioned that you went to camp as a kid. Remember this feeling of growth that you have? Well, you have the opportunity, and if given that opportunity, what would you be willing to give a donation that would help someone else have that same type of feeling or have that same type of experience? Pretty simple. A week of camp is $593. A day of camp, if you break it down, is $98. You can round up to $100. And a half day is $50. And so if you start with that kind of range, it gives people of how much they can support to give someone to camp. And then after that, it's waiting for their response. The big thing is, if you can, getting a response is the biggest thing. Of, yes, I'd like to give. Really? How much would you like to give? And try to get an answer from them, or as people sometimes do, they say yes and then they put things off. But whatever you can do to secure what that pledge amount is, that's great. After that, the Y takes care of sending them invoices and things like that, and it becomes a pretty simple process. So waiting for their response and getting what they do. And then again, going back to that pledge confirmation, fill out that sheet on them. The sheet again, just fill this out, send it to us, email it to us, scan it to us, however it works for you to get it to us. Probably the easiest way, honestly, is to just give me a call or give Kim here a call at the office, and they'll just fill out that information for you as you have it. And so maybe you wait till the end of the week where you have 50 donations, maybe, and you can just walk us through every one, or maybe you call every day as you get a different donation, or 5 minutes after you call every donation, and we will celebrate every single one and every single dollar that you get. So yeah. So other tools that we talked about, one is there is a campaign packet for a campaigner packet that I'm going to attach to this email. There's a video that I created of myself doing an ask, and then again there's your staff team of Bridget and Katie and certainly myself, or Cheryl Matthews, who I forgot to mention. I'm so sorry. Cheryl is the chair of our campaign this year, and so if you have any questions, she can certainly help you, or staff, and Katie and Bridget or myself or Kim can just help you with any way you need. Anything that you need at all, please let us know. During this time, this is our #1 priority, and so we're willing to drop everything to help you with these things. So keys to success. One, get started early. The campaign starts off on the 11th. I know this is coming out a little late, but the earlier you can start, the better. Select your prospects. Let me know who those people are so we make sure that we don't have people doubled up. I am going to be sending out in the next couple days a list of, for example, the people that came to our 75th party on Labor Day. As a lot of those people have or haven't given in the past, and people can kind of go through and check off, you know, I'm with this person, I'm with this person, I'm with this person. And you get to choose who you want to ask. Plan your approach to each donor prospect. Ask open-ended questions, as those are the best to get experiences of those people. Ask for a gift in terms of a benefit that it provides. Again, having people tap into their emotions and how they feel about the gift is really important, and it is a really cool thing that people have this great connection to camp, and they'll give based on what they feel. And especially thank the donor. They will get a number of thank you cards from myself. It'll come from the ASO, and they'll be thanked. many times over, but certainly a personal thank you from you is pretty vital to the whole process. Before you go, take a few moments to identify who your prospects are, the people that you want to approach, and please again send those to me, and we'll make sure that we're not doubling up on anybody so someone doesn't get asked 15 times for one gift. But so again, here we go. Our campaign kickoff is February 11th. So there's a big kickoff event at the Crown Plaza Hotel at 6:30. Feel free to join us if you'd like to join us for that. We'd love to have you. And then the campaign ends on March 28th. And that day, even though it ends on that date, does not mean our campaign is over. If we have not reached our goal by that time, then the staff here will be focused on trying to reach that goal and doing everything we can. Again, we really believe in the campaign, and we'll make everything that we can to reach that goal, as it is important for us to be able to reach that goal. But again, I can't stress enough how much I'd love for within the 2 weeks for you to be done with all your phone calls, have all that turned in, and be able to come to me and say, who else can I ask? That would be an awesome place to be in. And once we hit our goal, we're done. And so it'd be awesome to be able to do that. So please start making your phone calls right away. Please start contacting us right away as far as the people you want to call. And again, we're going to celebrate every gift that you get. So thank you so much for the time that you've given and given those gifts. And so remember that everyone's welcome at the Y, and that every dollar you raise goes to really helping these kids. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call anytime. My phone number will be attached to this email, as well as my cell phone. And then our staff liaisons will be contacting you here within the next week to let you know who they are, talk to you a little bit about it. And if you haven't given yet, they'll be there to help secure your gift. And so you'll be getting regular emails from me, from them, from other campaigners, from team captains, from Cheryl. It's going to be a pretty awesome time. Again, this is so awesome that you're able to do this, and I can't thank you enough. And again, it goes to all these kids that come here to camp, and they're never going to be able to say thank you. So thank you on behalf of all of them, on behalf of me, and for the staff here. Thank you so much for being able to give and be a part of this campaign. If you have any questions, give me a call. And thanks so much for your time. Noonway.